Welcome back to Daner's Diner. Today's video is a compilation of recordings that I made in one day of my life. It is not edited, and it is not to brag, but it is to feed your mind. Making things from scratch, using what you have, being not afraid to fail and experiment. Just a short century ago, your great-grandparents didn't just drive to the local grocery store to pick up a loaf of bread, a can of broth, or a frozen pot pie. And dessert, heck, dessert was once a week if you were lucky. They made use of everything they had. They didn't throw it in the garbage. They needed to use everything, make the most of their money. Times were tight. And who knows what the future holds for us in this crazy world. But you can do it. Get yourself some recipe books. Go to a rummage sale, a thrift sale. Find yourself some books. I picked these up for $1 at a rummage sale this couple summers ago. And I love going through them. There's so many fun things you can find. So many different ideas to keep you active in your cooking and cooking healthy. Being frugal doesn't mean you have to live poor. Live wisely. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Use it up, wear it out, or do without. Continue to learn new things and grow. What's stopping you from doing the things you want to do? Failure? Give it a try. In fact, don't try. Just do it. Live your life. Because you'll never know unless you try. It is Sunday. I've made some more white bread because Mark ran out of the white bread that I had already made. I still have some rye bread made, chocolate cake from his birthday. And I am in the process all day long of making chicken pot pie. I got my peas there, my corn there, chicken broth, and I've got some corn and potatoes already cooked. My onions will be going into this butter that's heated up, and I'll get those nice caramelized. The chicken's right there, and if I have too much chicken, I'm going to make chicken enchiladas, but of course I'm not doing that today. So my chicken pot pie, I only had 3 frozen pie crusts, so I am in the process of rolling out more dough to make a pie crust, which is right down there. So yeah, it's fun. I'm not completely crazy, but I am having a beer because I've had enough. So today I made bread by hand. I made my chicken pot pies. They're in the oven. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, you can't see them, but they're in there. Let's see, I can open it up. They are baking, and that one looks really yummy. Anyways, it's got a while to go yet. And so I had to make 1 pie crust. So I'm going to use my leftover pie crust. And I'm either going to put some apple in it, an apple that we had from the summer, or I'm going to take my freeze-dried Georgia peaches that I freeze-dried this summer. I got them from a company that delivers them from down south. And I'm rehydrating them right now. And I'll add some sugars to them and whatever else is necessary once I look at a recipe. And we'll see how they turn out. Alright, so this is my homemade pie crust that I use with flour, water, coconut oil, and butter. And this was a pie crust that I had frozen. So you can see quite the difference of the 2 colors. So I'm just going to throw it in here and see what we make of it. So for the apple one, I just added the apple pieces and brown sugar, cinnamon, vanilla, and that's it. I am going to add a little bit of butter. I've got some flour, cinnamon, brown sugar, a little bit of white sugar, also was in the apple one, and vanilla. I'm waiting for my peaches to rehydrate, then I'll put them in there with the butter. So we'll see what it looks like. Alright, I removed the chicken pot pie out of the oven. I had to put foil around the edges, and when I did this one, I peeled off a little bit of it right there, but it should still be just as tasty. You can see the difference in the pie crust, like I said earlier, about one being a store-bought. This is the homemade one, at least for the top it's homemade. So we will see. Oh, and I'm also making some bone broth from chicken that I had. The bones from the chicken that I cooked today, and bones that I've had in the fridge frozen that we've had pieces of. So we'll let that cook for 48 hours, and then I will take the fat off of it and also remove the bones and the meat, and hopefully the bones will be able to dissolve and I can make some more dog food with that, and then strain all the broth for broth. So this is the peach pie, well, peach cobbler, whatever you want to call it, and I'll show you the apple. Here's the apple. It's already been served up and it's pretty darn tasty.